Dons dumped by Telfer and Co. Celtic defender seals victory for the league leaders. Lennon targeted again. SFA probe after coin-throwing incident. And injured striker Craig Beattie brings early festive cheer to Stirling. Good evening, welcome along to the show. So a good day all round for Celtic yesterday. 3 well-taken goals, 3 well-deserved points, and Paul Telfer getting off the mark. Tosh McKinlay is with me to give us his expert opinion and guide us through the 90 minutes. So without further ado, let's get straight to the action as Celtic aim to get back to winning ways. 3 changes for yesterday's game, some tactical, some due to injury. Your commentators Mark Haitley and Jock Brown.
Looks up inside, checks, waits for the opportunity, and it's too high for Harson. A real opportunity there for Celtic. Petrov very patient indeed. That's Wallace now with the cross. Wanted it just enough. Now Petrov again. Good block by Considine. Point to prove for Jamie Smith against the club. He started his career. Enjoyed some good times as well, some first team action. This is Byrne. Well, a very long way out for Richie Byrne. It's well won by Harson. Awkward for Diamond. There's Zarowski now with a chance. Corner kick's given. Well, Zarowski will never get a better chance than that.
And the Diamond just caught on his heels. Winter just caught out of position.
Nakamura's corner. Essen comes for that, and Petrov beat him to the ball. Couldn't keep the header down.
It's that customary late run into the box there. Petrov, big and brave, gets up there. Just can't get over top of the ball enough.
Taken out by Lennon in the end, but the way he took on Bobo Baldi was extremely impressive. Lennon's going to be yellow carded for his part of that. It's maybe Winter. Oh, it's brilliant! Jamie Winter for Aberdeen from the set piece.
That man coming in at short notice, but hard and low, down to the keeper's right hand post. A super strike.
There's Zalewski. Goes down well by Nicholson. Back it comes to Nakamura. It's a very good cross. And headed away there by Considine to Baldi. Back to McGeady. It's a great finish. Brilliant equaliser by McGeady.
Big guys are up there, lots of bodies in there. A little bit of panic from the Aberdeen defenders, but that is a clinical finish from a man bang in form, Aidan McGeady. Scrappy here, but it falls to that man, bang.
The difference goals make. The game is still all even, but it's transformed because both teams have scored. Here's Hartson. No, Petrov. Celtic in the head. Still Petrov once again.
The ball into Hartson, the run from Petrov. Petrov involved in the beginning there. Ball, simple ball, a good turn. And a fumble from Essen. And that man, the quickest of the lot, following in. Front of the defender, getting his team 2-1 into the lead.
This is Nakamura, and now it's Zurawski. Telfer's pass, Zurawski again, Hartson's onside. Couldn't get beyond Diamond, but he won a corner. Short option available, dummied by McGeady for Telfer. That's good play by Telfer. Excellent play by Telfer! His first goal for Celtic!
touch. Past the Aberdeen defender and a crash into the far post. Essen, no chance. And a super first goal for Telfer. Taking his team 3-1. And maybe out of sight in this game now. Super strike.
Great goal by Telfer. Just over 5 minutes, or 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go, and looks comfortable at the moment for Celtic. Here's Maloney now, one-on-one with the keeper. Can he do it all by himself? Well, the posse chasing him. That made him hurry it. Well, there's a very good chance.
Great piece of skill, showing good pace as well, keeping going away from the defence. Essen.
Back it comes to Boric. Well, an error there by Considine, and a chance here for Virgo. Was it handball? Oh yes, it was handball. The flag has been waved there on the far side.
Virgo was always going to be favourite.
Although
He stuck the ball in the back of the net, yeah.
Diamond stopped, in fairness, I think. In the final minute of stoppage time, can Celtic finish with a flourish? Nakamura's trying, all right. Oh, he's very good with that left foot.
It's a great technique. It's only just over the upright there. Essen well beaten.
Well, after the disappointing result against Dunfermline, we knew it's going to be a hard game here, and we need to be up for the game. You know, we start well in the first half. We had a few chances, but we couldn't take it. They scored first, and you know, you say, well, could be that another night like Dunfermline's game. But we come back well. You know, we knew that we just needed one goal to give us a lift, and we scored second and third. First priority will be to stay with Celtic, and after that, if they decide that my time is finished here, then I'll look somewhere else. I came here when I was 19, and I've been learning, I've been playing with great players here, and still great players here, and I still think I can learn. And the football everywhere is the same. You need to have ability to pass the ball, to move, to score goals, and it's all same football all over the place.
Yeah, Stylian Petrov's talking straight after the final whistle yesterday. So, he has said, we talk about it week in, week out, that his first priority is to stay at Celtic. Is that the first indication that he has really secured the fact that he wants to stay at Celtic?
Well, I think initially there has been talks, Ali, and obviously he's very keen to stay. He is an ambassador for Celtic on and off the pitch now. The captain in waiting if Neil Lennon decides to hang his boots up at the end of the season. But I think it's now time to put a bid firmly in place to keep Stan Petrov at the football club.
Because he hinted also there that he said that if Celtic don't want him, he'd look elsewhere. Do you think that Celtic now need to make noises that they want him? To be fair, they have in the past, but do they need to cement it now, do you think?
Yeah, most definitely. I think he's a player in form. He has been since the start of the season, driving players on. He's been in goal-scoring form, another good goal on Sunday, so I think now's the time to sit down with Petrov and keep him at the football club.
The skipper has said he's the lifeblood of the club. Do you see him being the future captain?
Yeah, I do. I mentioned the open day. He spent a lot of time with the young kids, the young supporters, about half an hour's time taken out to sign autographs. I mentioned he's an ambassador. He loves the place, the supporters love him, so let's get him tied up.
OK, 18 months left on his contract, still early days. So the manager made his first competitive return to Pittodrie in 21 years and expressed his delight at his team's display and commitment. After the full-time whistle, he chatted to us about his overall thoughts on the game.
In command of the game. Played at the tempo that we wanted to play most of the game. Never got the expected kind of barrage you would expect from Aberdeen here, because I've seen a lot of videos and how they have periods of power play and the crowd get up. There was never that at all in the game today. Scored the goal, obviously the crowd got up for that. Then we responded by going from good to excellent.
Were you happier with the tempo this week than last week?
It's different when you're at home and different when you're away. But not all we did was put a lot of thought into what went wrong last week, and then said to the boys, if we come across it again, fortunately enough, lo and behold, we've got 3 centre-backs again. So we've done a lot of work during the week on that.
After you went a goal down, the response quite simply could not have been any better.
The response was immense. And good players have been good. And the world-class players there just become world-class.
Do you think that was the true character of the team coming through?
I've not got a problem with the character, it's just that we didn't do enough thought. There wasn't enough thought in our game in the first 30 minutes of last week. This week there was a lot more thought put into our performance.
You made 3 changes for today's game. Can I ask you for the reasons behind the changes?
Tactical on Mo Kamara, Sutton injured, and Nakamura just being back from injuries. So I just think he's a top player.
A quick word about your fullbacks. Paul Telfer getting his first goal for Celtic today, but Ross Wallace came in and fitted in quite superbly.
Comfortable, and you're not going to believe it that there's a lot more in that lad. And what I've seen, but for his first game at left back in a place like this was excellent.
And just to finish off, a huge psychological boost ahead of next week's game because you're going back to the top of the SPL. You've now got an opportunity to put even more space between yourself and the chasing pack, especially Hibs.
Yeah, but that looks after itself. Let me get over this one, please. Yeah, we'll think about that, but we start working again tomorrow. What we'll do is enjoy the victory as a group tomorrow, and then we'll start thinking on Tuesday how to try and beat Hibs because they're tasty as well.
Yeah, he certainly enjoyed it, he did. Character and true spirit coming through?
Yeah, it was an emphatic result at the end up. Didn't face Celtic when Aberdeen got the first goal, just kept playing the same way, the tempo up, good passing game again. Nakamura back, who I think is the talisman for the team at the moment. And it really was a great result at the end up.
OK, well, let's have a look at some early chances in the game because, as you would expect, Celtic got a real hold of the game early on. And Stillian, with good link-up play with Naka, slightly better with the cross, or do you think he just misjudged it?
Yeah, but again, good build-up. We see the one-touch stuff from Nakamura, sets Petrov in, and I think he just tries to stand up at the back post for John Hartson, but just overplays the cross a wee bit.
Magic Zarowski came back in for the injured Chris Sutton, put himself about, as you would expect him to do. Could have possibly done better here, do you think?
Yeah, I was impressed with Zarowski. He obviously put himself about, his movement's good, but I think this is the chance here. It comes in from the wide area, and he should probably do better than this.
This is a great tackle on John Hartson. Aberdeen getting the ball clear eventually. But this is the Magic Zarowski that we were talking about, but it came from a mistake from Zander Diamond, Tosh.
Yeah, Diamond getting caught under the ball and Zarowski through, and you would probably say that he should at least hit the target, but I think the goalkeeper saving it with his legs, you've got to put that down as a save, but Zarowski will be disappointed that he didn't get on the target there.
Do you think Gordon made the right decision in making the changes for the game?
Well, again, he's not scared to make the changes. Nakamura obviously comes back, a player that's been in form for Thompson. Sutton out injured, and we see Ross Wallace coming in and having a great game at left back.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about Ross Wallace in just a moment, but first of all, the referee made a couple of strange decisions in the game. Talk us through why you think this happened. It originally started from a free kick. The Aberdeen player goes down after blocking the ball. Celtic are in possession in a dangerous area in the pitch. They continue to have the possession, and then just when it looks like Ross Wallace is going to pull the trigger, he stops the play.
Yeah, it was a strange one because I always thought the ball had to go out before the referee stopped it unless it was a head knock, and it was obvious that it wasn't a head knock. That's a dangerous tackle. He should stop it and book the player there. So a couple of strange decisions from the referee.
Do you think that he should be stopping the play at the point of the injury?
Yeah, because it's a dangerous tackle. That's been outlawed, the tackle from behind. So he should stop it for a free kick for Celtic and to book the Aberdeen player, because that is a dangerous tackle.
Poor decisions, do you think?
Yeah, very poor.
OK, well, let's move on and let's have a look at the Jamie Winter goal that got Aberdeen 1 goal up. To be fair, it did come against the run of play, but it came on 53 minutes, but it's a nice strike.
Yeah, it's a good enough strike, but you would have to question Celtic's wall. I don't know what Petrov's doing there. I don't know if he slips, but certainly he should be first man out to block it. And as I say, I don't know what he's actually doing there, but he doesn't stop the ball and goes past the wall into Boric's right-hand corner, but you have to say it's a good strike.
How do you think at that point Celtic would have felt? Because they were always in control of the game. The goal just came out of nothing.
Well, obviously the game from last week dented their confidence a bit, but I said it didn't faze them. they come back strong, and it only took about 4 or 5 minutes for McGeady to get the equaliser. So a good response from Celtic.
Well, you've set that up quite nicely. Let's have a look at Aidan McGeady's equaliser, and it came, as Tosh quite rightly said, 4 minutes after. Bit of a scramble in the box, but a nice tidy finish.
Yeah, Baldy's had the strike, and McGeady following up, and that is great technique, because that's not an easy ball to take on the half volley, but he tucks it away nicely.
Well deserved?
Yeah, I think so. I think Celtic, I've mentioned emphatic, I think Celtic were in total control of the game right from the start, and it didn't faze them that Aberdeen went a goal up, and it was a great response, great strike from McGeady.
Do you think that maybe Aberdeen going in front maybe gave them just that little jolt just to kick on?
Well, obviously you don't want to go behind, but Celtic just kept playing the same way. The tempo was good, the passing game was good, and it was just a matter of time before either they get the first goal to go into the lead, or they get the goal to get them back into the game.
Well, within then, what, 2 minutes after Aidan McGeady got the equaliser, Stan Petrov put Celtic 2-1 ahead, but it was all good work from Big Bad John.
Yeah, Aberdeen defending far too deep there, and Diamond getting himself in a bit of bother. John Hartson, that's where he wants the ball, in the penalty area, so the centre back can't touch him. Nice ball into him, and Stan Petrov doing what he's good at, up supporting the play. Probably a mistake from the goalkeeper, but standing in the right place to tuck the ball away for Celtic.
Is that what John's true strengths are, holding the ball up?
Yeah, I think so. I think any centre back in that position is not going to shrug John Hartson off the ball. That's where they don't want him to be. John in total control in the penalty area, can't touch him. He'll either spin and shoot himself or bring somebody else into the play.
OK, well, the third goal in what, 8 minutes? Fantastic little short spell for Celtic, and this really killed the game. Great worked corner kick. I wonder if that came straight off the training ground.
Yeah, I think that's been rehearsed, and Paul Telfer showing great feet, and it's good for him to get in the score sheet as well, because there has been question marks. I think his form has been steady, but it's a nice wee reward for him to get on the score sheet.
He's always been in and around the 18-yard box, getting shots on goal. Is that just his reward for all his endeavours over the past few weeks?
Yeah, as I mentioned, good quick feet. Poor defending from Aberdeen, you've got to say, but skips past the defender and hits the target hard and low. Very difficult for the keeper to stop.
Killed the game?
Most definitely. I think at 2-1 the game was over anyway, but that just sealed it. 3-1, no way back for Aberdeen.
How did you see the overall performance of Celtic leading up to that? Because once they got 3-1 ahead, it was just a training practice after that. Nice and controlled, just taking it nice and easy at the rest of the game?
Yeah, I think so. Once Celtic get that far ahead, then they can just... There we see another bit of magic from Sean Maloney. At this stage, should maybe try and get across the defender and take the shot with his left foot. But a fantastic piece of skill. Celtic that far ahead at this stage. Then, as you say, Ali, it's a training exercise. Here we see Ross Wallace on the ball.
This is another opportunity for Sean Maloney, who, as always, Tosh, is the bright spark when he came on. I'm wondering if you'll be slightly disappointed that he didn't get on the score sheet yesterday.
Well, I don't think he'll be disappointed, because obviously he's just back after the injury. Comes off the bench.
What about this? What did you make of this? Should he have been sent off, the goalkeeper?
This is a sending off. I mean, he's stopping a goal scoring opportunity. So I think he's got to go off, and obviously Virgo tucks it away, but I think Diamond had heard the whistle and stops. But that is a goal scoring opportunity. It should have been a red card.
Do you think that Adam just instinctively put his hands up when something like that happens, or do you think he should have just carried on? Adam Virgo.
Well, obviously has carried on, but the referee's blowing the whistle. That's why Diamond stopped. But certainly he takes it and he finishes it off. But the whistle had already blown, and I think the goalkeeper has got to go off.
OK, Ross Wallace slotted in at left back in your old position. How do you think he did overall in the game?
Yeah, overall he was fine. My only reservation, as you know, is his height at the back post. I think that's the only question mark. But his tackling's good. Quick feet, good at going forward, swings a lovely ball into the box. So I don't see any problem if he can just obviously get himself in a position where he's not out jumped at the back post. He'll do fine.
This is
should probably have cleared these lines there, not let the ball bounce. Cardinal sin for the defender, who gets back well and shows a good bit of tenacity to get back at Jamie Smith.
Do you think that he could keep his position for the Hibs game, or do you think that the manager might go back to Mo Kamara? He said it was a tactical change for yesterday's game.
I think he'll keep his position, because obviously if you're in the team, you're playing well, then you hold on to the jersey, I think he'll be in for the Hibs game.
Was Mo Kamara unlucky to be dropped, do you think?
Obviously the manager's looked at it, and if it's a tactical change for whatever reason, then the manager makes the decisions. I've said before, he's not scared to make those decisions. But Ross Wallace coming into the team, doing well, I think he'll stay in for the Hibs game.
Overall, it was a tough fixture. It's always a tough game when they go out to Aberdeen, but it was well handled, and it's a huge boost, as I asked the manager, because they play Hibs next week, and there's an opportunity to now stretch the lead even further. Depending on how Hearts get on against Inverness Cali Thistle next week, are we looking at a two-horse race, even before Christmas?
Yeah, possibly, but I think Celtic will just look after themselves. They'll get their own house in order. They've got an opportunity to stretch the lead on Hibs, a fixture that I'm looking forward to. Good to see them bouncing back from the disappointment of the Dunfermline game. He's made changes, the players coming back. Nakamura, Wallace has had a decent game. Zarowski I was impressed with his movement up front. So overall, Celtic are back in track, looking the part again.
OK, unfortunately there was one incident which marred yesterday's victory over Aberdeen, and that was the coin throwing incident, which came after Celtic got the second goal. Aberdeen manager Jimmy Calderwood has actually said today that he was bitterly disappointed and that this has nothing to do with football. That's Neil there picking up the coin, handing it to the referee. Aberdeen director of football Willie Miller has actually asked Aberdeen fans to come forward if they know or saw the culprit that threw the coin. Grampian Police have also got involved. They're looking and have requested for CCTV footage. But of course, as you would expect, Neil reacted in a very professional manner throughout. But that's something, Tosh, we do not want to see at football matches.
No, it's good to hear Aberdeen coming out, and obviously they don't want to see that behaviour in their ground. If the guy's caught, then I'm sure he'll be banned, but it's behaviour you don't want to see at a football game. Again,
it just seems to be Neil that's been targeted.
Yeah, he's a target for opposing fans, but it's very dangerous to throw coins, and if it hits somebody, then it can seriously injure them, so you don't want to see that at football.
OK, let's get back to the football side of things. After all that, this is what it means at the top half of the SPL table. Celtic back on top by 1 point from Hearts, who play Inverness Cali Thistle next. Hibs have an 8-point lead over Kilmarnock, but Celtic can put clear daylight between themselves and the Edinburgh side this Saturday. 17 points could be the gap. Kilmarnock have leapfrogged Rangers into 4th spot. The two face each other next Sunday. Inverness have climbed into 6th spot. So, to conclude our analysis, a good day all round for Celtic.
Yeah, I think so. I've already mentioned the disappointment of the Dunfermline game, but all good teams bounce back. The manager's obviously worked at a few things. He's made a few changes, and the players coming in. Nakamura, I've mentioned, I think he's a talisman for the team at the moment. His movement and his one-touch play is excellent. Zarowski coming back. Maloney back on obviously in the frame. I think Celtic are back in track.
OK, Rangers drop points again on Saturday. Are they out of it? Is it too much of a task for them, or should we never count them out?
I think they were out of the Championship in the last Old Firm game. But Celtic will look after themselves. They'll try and obviously beat Hibs at Celtic Park to stretch the lead from Hibs. Hearts are mounting a good challenge, but I think it's all about Celtic. The way they're playing and the confidence that they have, you can only see them going from strength to strength. OK. Now it's time to bring you more news and views coming out of the park, and Celtic striker Craig Beattie is the focus of our attentions in tonight's Huddle headlines.
Despite his injury, Craig Beattie kept a place in his calendar to make sure he keeps in touch with the Celtic fans. Giving up his afternoon to sign autographs for supporters, Craig travelled to the Thistle shopping centre in Stirling, home to a temporary Celtic retail outlet. With the fans happy to stand in lengthy queues for a chance to obtain a prize signature, Craig was honoured and privileged to find himself in so much demand.
It's nice when you turn up to do something like this for the club, and there's a lot of people here. It's still part of playing with a big football club, and you adapt to it.
You've really made it now as a household name amongst the Celtic support, and that's what you've been aiming for, really, didn't it, to impress?
Yeah, I think it's Yeah, so when you're young, you just want to go in and make an impression and hopefully stay in. We've been here through the years and you see boys coming in who maybe played a game or two and don't quite, But I've been in for a few years, it's I think my third season now in the full team, and I made a lot of appearances this year and I'm just happy with the way things are going, and it's always your aim just to kind of make yourself as popular as possible for the right reasons.
Craig is obviously disappointed to have picked up an injury, but he is determined to stay positive.
It's horrible getting injured, it's the worst thing about being a footballer, you know what I mean? But I work with John Kennedy every day now because he's injured and that's been injured, you know what I mean? I've got a hamstring strain at the minute and it'll keep me out for kind of 6 to 7 weeks, which it feels like a long time, but obviously in comparison then it's nothing, so hopefully I'll be back soon and back in the goals.
So while we're in the festive mood, let's now give you the chance to win what could be a super Christmas present for a Celtic fan. Pick out Celtic's top player from yesterday's game in our Man of the Match competition. Here's our new reporter, Laurie-Anne Brown, with all the details.
It's competition time on Celtic TV. This week we have another great Celtic prize to give away, courtesy of the Celtic Superstore. You could win the perfect Christmas present for a loved one by getting your hands on Hoopie's copy of the Celtic Annual 2006. We'll also throw in a special Celtic TV bundle made up of a signed copy of the Stilian Petrov autobiography, John Kearney's Heroes Are Forever, the story of Celtic legend Jimmy McGrory, and a fantastic Jimmy Johnston scarf. This is a superb prize, and all you have to do is to nominate your man of the match from the Aberdeen Celtic game at the weekend. To win, call 0901 633 1888 from the UK or 1513 712 522 if you live in the Republic of Ireland. If you prefer to use your mobile phone, then text Celtic TV, leave a space, then add the player's name of your choice, and don't forget to add your own name to 85010 if you live in the UK. There's no age limit for this week's competition. Lines close midnight on Friday, and we'll announce the lucky winner on next week's Daily Huddle.
So let's bring you the Man of the Match winner from last week, and our congratulations go to Ryan Griffin, whose Christmas has come early. Ryan has won himself a host of Celtic goodies for nominating Neil Lennon as his star performer from the game against Dunfermline. Right, just to finish off tonight, Tosh, we've got David Marshall, Adam Virgo and Ross Wallace in the Scotland Future squad. Another chance for them to get a full 90 minutes under their belt if they play tomorrow night against Poland.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity, but obviously to get international experience as well. But as you say, good for them to get a 90 minutes under their belt. Virgo has obviously been playing for the reserves, but this is another good game for him. Marshall, a decent chance for him to show what he can do. He's obviously had a long time in the sidelines. And Wallace, who I thought done very well yesterday, can go in and show what he can do. Well,
Ross Wallace has been named as one of the defenders, so I'm wondering if he's going to slot into that left-back role. And Adam Virgo, who came on to play up front yesterday, he wants to play centre-back. That's what he sees as his true position. Do you think that they'll play him in that position? Ross at left-back, Adam at centre-back?
Well, who knows? I don't know what the
Do you think they should? Do you think they should play?
Yeah, I think that's Virgo's best position by all accounts, centre back. So you always want to play in your best position. I don't know if the manager will have a word with him if he wants to switch him maybe to right back. But it'd be nice to see him at centre back. Ross Wallace, it looks as if Gordon Strachan's identified that he wants him to play at left back. It'd be good for him to get another chance at left back to see what he can do. And obviously good for young Marshall to get either half a game or 90 minutes in the goal. OK, just very quickly, what do you think the players will be doing this week? Just nice, steady training sessions, as always? Yeah, but I think they'll still be working at things. I think that's Gordon Strachan's strategy. He likes to get out in the training ground, work at things, whether it's to rectify the mistakes or for the oncoming game against Hibernian, they'll be on the training pitch. Thanks for coming in. Lovely to see you. Thanks ever so much for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow night for the phone-in show. Bye for now.